Welcome to the Alive Loren Podcast and the place of celebrating juicy, soulful, whole living, loving being with everything. The roller coaster, the ins and outs, the roundabouts, the everything that is this journey, this adventuring, this beauty, this tragedy of a lifetime. Yo. So on this theme of scarcity's invitation to appreciation, just a few musings. So thank God to have my sons are at ages where they've grown to be independent. It's just everyone's journey is different. Some people have kids that have various conditions that they never will reach a point of being independent. You know, that forever they will remain at a certain level and require care and attendance. So, yeah, it's just interesting. So on the one hand, the beauty of having, thank God at this point, healthy kids and my oldest son, currently doing military service, and it's very small gaps that I get to see him. And he actually was in an area, went out last night and landed up where I'm house sitting, dog sitting at the moment, coming around in the early hours of the morning and sort of crashing. And we just had a most beautiful, he slept in, and then I just took my lunch hour because I work on a Friday, so I just took it a bit earlier than usual. But what was so beautiful was like the appreciation, because there's very little times that I actually get to see him, and I wanted him to see and experience and just appreciate. It's a beautiful space that I'm blessed to be house sitting and dog sitting in, and I had friends last night for dinner, and then it's beautiful also, thank God. Weekly, a friend in a neighborhood next to where I am now, who I don't really get to hang out with, because normally it's too far for us to try to coordinate with one another, but now we have like a weekly ritual of a Thursday evening, and I really enjoy preparing and sharing yumminess delivered from the farm, and like to make more so that I have a number of meals sorted thereafter. And so when he came, we had the most beautiful brunch, like already prepared. Like everything was ready. Oh my God. And I'd done like a cold coffee brew, and I had one more young coconut, and we made like a cold brew coconut smoothie. Oh, I had this this bowl where I'd done papaya, and I had some pomelo and some citrus that had come in the veggie box. A friend had brought a papaya from home. There was pomegranate. I'd soaked nuts. Oh, we had that as like a starter course, and then this beautiful like smorgasbord of different salads and veg. Just such a blessing, everything, to have access to the food, to be able to eat and enjoy it, to be able to sit together, that all of it was ready. Oh, just all these reminders, to just let go and let God and let be and trust, trust, yes, and stop resisting, stop fighting, and just being open to the lessons. That it's not, why is it so hard sometimes to really grasp? It's not what we get to do, but the fact that we get to do it. And that no matter where you are, just this false, this like mirage of this idea that, another friend of mine also finds work a bit like the environment challenging, and talking about how she wants to find somewhere more in alignment. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, alignment with what? Your preferences? Like your values, your beliefs? Like, I don't know, just so much of it is a product of everything we've been through. And what about being able to transform and find a joy and fulfillment? That it's not on the outside destination, it's on the inside state of being. It's such a radical shift, because then it doesn't matter. Literally, God, to cultivate that energy of, I was thinking like so many things I'm trying to say at once. There was an incident with another sort of like terror attack at the entrance of Jerusalem, and someone opened fire, and I was sharing with someone who said, oh, it's so scary. Like you go and you don't know if you're going to get somewhere you'll arrive safe, if you'll be shot dead, if you'll be shot and injured. And like, the thing is, like, from moment to moment, we never know. So like, I just feel like this time is just trying to really like wake us all up to the fact that you don't know. Stop taking for granted the next breath. Stop taking for granted. You can get in your car and not make it to your destination. You can get up from your chair and not make it across the room. Not in a morbid way, but just in a way of really like, I know it's maybe not possible to live at these states and these levels at all times, but really, like it does. Just like if somebody said, you've got 5 more minutes. You know, it's like then what happens is, it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing, the attentiveness to being alive is where everything goes. It doesn't matter. It's like if someone said, okay, you're going to die in 5 minutes, but like you need to just carry on doing what you're doing. It wouldn't matter if it was washing dishes. It wouldn't matter if it was doing the work that I find challenging. The fact that then there'd be this extra layer of attentiveness of like to everything that I'm doing, and the fact that I'm alive to do it and experience it and see it and have access to the technology and a body that can move, and I can access this mouse, and yeah, there's just a shift. I don't know why, but it seems so difficult to really grasp this, to really, really grasp this. And it was like when I was sharing with a friend how I was so grateful for this time with my son, and it's a friend who's also like more in single parenting and going through early stages of separation, so it's harder, you know, adjusting to not having your kids around all the time. And it was just interesting because my friend mentioned that it's just nice to focus on what you do have as opposed to what you don't have. So focus on the time you have together as opposed to all the time you don't, which is then a choice. It's a choice of the choice of focus. And then, wow, because then that again I was just so grateful because I remember also in the early days of the separation, my kids were a lot younger, and I just think I was very attentive and very appreciative of the times I had with them. And I think way more than a family that's married and together and just takes for granted. It's like there was a hyper attentiveness to the times that I had with my kids, because I knew that it wasn't every week, every day after work. It was like certain specific days only, you know, like half the time. And yeah. And then kind of going full circle to that, you know, with not knowing if you're going to get to destinations and just appreciating. It's just so interesting because it seems so simple, so bloody simple. And yet there's a part of me that come out like, I don't know what it is that I resist. I don't know why it feels so challenging to cultivate the state of appreciation for life, for just taking it a lot less seriously, for the fact that it's going to carry on without me, for the fact that for the briefest of moments of a lifetime, I get to be here and experience and see and witness and taste and cry and laugh and scream and yell and sob and like, let out sounds of ecstasy and rage and all of it. Oh, yeah. So it was just on, and really like thinking, playing with, not in a bucket list way, because then you realize there's not enough to do. You can never do enough. You can never have enough experiences. It's about really just being deeply present to the experiences we are having. That line of Mickey Singer, where it's not that you need more time before death. What you need is more depth. Depth of experience in the time you've been given. Yeah, so those are my musings for today. God, so here is for doing just, gentle and loving and kind with ourselves for, I don't know about you, but I get it, but I don't get it, because I get it, but just actually like cultivate the ability to stay there just sometimes feels really hard. I don't know, it's mad. Why should it feel so hard? I don't know, but just cultivating, that sense of gratitude and awe and ecstasy for everything that is this magical journey. And just having that same appreciation for such variation as I have and would want in books and movies and, other things, and just relish it in life. Yeah, absolutely. A friend commented about, sucking the marrow from the bones of life, and I kind of eat more on the vegan side. It's not a vegan expression, but oh God, it hits the spot. No, absolutely. Just like, sucking the marrow out of life, of every moment. Happy adventuring, precious heart. Until we meet again. Mwah.